pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Dan Pillow,
Here.
Ron Pugh,
Here.
Anderson, Ann Pillow,
Here.
Al Glick,
Here.
Pam Jackson.
Here.
I'll make a motion to excuse Miss Anderson, ongoing illness. Second.
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Al Glick. Call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yes.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. She did say she's gonna give you guys an update at her next doctor's appointment. And also, just ahead of time, I thought I'd let you know that, our code enforcer was planning on being here tonight, but his mother-in-law was admitted to the ER for some medical problems, so he's unable to make it tonight, but he said first thing tomorrow he'll send you guys a report of his activities. All right, we'll go ahead and start with the clerk's report.
You received the council minutes from September the 19th.
Make a motion to adopt the minutes from 9/19 as the clerk has presented them.
I'll second it. Motion by Ronnie, second by Pam. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You have pay ordinance 10A. This is for biweekly payroll, which was dispersed on September the 23rd from the general fund, $6,525.93. Street construction maintenance repair, $2,523.52. Water fund, $2,648.44, for a combined total of all funds of $11,697.89.
Make a motion to authorize 10A 2022 dated 10/3 for bi-weeklies.
I'll second it. Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Dan Pillar. Are there any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron
Sorry.
Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next, you received pay ordinance 10B for accounts payable from the COVID fund, $41,591. Fire EMS fund, $1,759.76. From the general fund, $8,546.21. From the street construction maintenance repair fund, $324.82. And from the water fund, $1,759.76, for a combined total funds of $53,981.55.
Make a motion to adopt 10B 2022 dated 10/3 for
I'll
monthly.
second it. Motion by Ronnie, second by Ann Pillow. Are there any discussions? No discussions, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick, Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You should have received a copy of the UAN PNC bank statement, the bank reconciliation. Attached to that was copies of the 3 accounts at PNC. The beginning balance was $307,066. We took in revenue of $157,000 and $157,160.44. Expenditures was $120,582.15, which leaves us a balance of $343,644.29. And the books are balanced. And if you approve this, I'd appreciate having signatures as part of the audit.
I'll make a motion to accept the bank reconciliation documents as presented by the clerk and sent out to us via email.
I'll second it. Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Pam Jackson. Is there any discussion?
It's the 4th line item down, that email.
Do you want to look at my copy?
Says UAN
okay,
August
okay.
22.
I got it on my phone.
Okay,
I didn't have it either.
call for the vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
And you also received a copy of the appropriations year-to-date as of September the 26th, and also the revenue status for the same date. Do you want me to read this?
No, that's already been brought.
Okay.
That just goes in this file.
Okay.
We've already brought it
All
to
right.
council.
I believe that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thanks, Margaret.
You're welcome.
I just had a couple things to bring to you guys tonight. The first one was Halloween, if we're doing a haunted house, Friday, October 28th and 29th, 7 to 10 p.m., if you guys were to approve.
What was the date?
October 28th and 29th, it'd be the Friday, Saturday, right before Halloween.
I'll make a motion to approve those dates. I was gonna bring it up, but
What's
Oh,
that's all right, go ahead. I told you, our list gets low on this side. If they take
I'll
it.
second.
as they get around. Motion by Pam, second by Ronnie Pugh. Any discussions?
Do we need to set a budget?
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah.
What do we normally do?
That's fine.
How are we, like on the wood and things like that?
I was gonna ask if you guys wouldn't mind approving $400.
I was just gonna say 5, yeah.
Pam, do you want to amend your motion to say 500?
That's fine.
Either whichever you guys wanna do, yeah.
500 is fine.
500 is
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. My question is that going to be enough considering that maintenance didn't have any 2x4s or anything?
Well, actually, we did re-ante up on our sheets last year. All those rotted sheets that were up there, we did get to do rotted sheets, but then we depleted on the 2x4s. So those is what we need more this year than the sheets.
Okay, great, because I knew we were down in that.
Yeah, last year we was able, with what you guys approved last year, to re-ante up on some of the sheets for the
Mhm.
walls.
Great.
But yeah, we'll need some 2x4s to shore them up.
Ready?
Yep.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Okay,
And the other thing I'd like to ask council for, getting a PO started for the Christmas lights, so we can get started on those for the new Christmas lights for the poles.
Make a motion. We already have that money appropriated, right? in the-
Yeah, it's
just
in
took
the
care of it.
Christmas fund, so for that line item.
Move forthwith.
Motion by Ronnie, second by Al. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
yay.
And I did bring some stuff tonight, if, say, after council, you guys wouldn't mind just, I don't know, looking at it and
Great.
tell me what you like, don't like, whatever, if you wouldn't mind.
I know I looked at one of them, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that is.
luckily, Al, because you know what the prices are in some of those, I did find through Northern Lights where they have a mix and match deal of the 5-foot lights for like $249 each, as opposed to the $400, $500, $600 ones. And they're pretty decent, so I kind of just wanted you guys to look at them and tell me what you like, don't like them. All that fun stuff.
I like
I think we should
Christmas
stagger ours,
Yeah,
put
I
them
do
up,
too.
put them up about a month, or about a week later than North Bend. I'm gonna go down there and take some of their stuff at nighttime.
There we go.
Save us all some money.
All right. And that's all I've got for right now. Bob, did you have anything? All right, we'll go ahead and go to committees. Dan?
Thanks, Mayor. I only have a couple of questions. As a matter of fact, I only have one question. I'd like to meet with the Housing Committee on Thursday at 1 o'clock if possible. Pam and Al.
About what, one time? 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock's good. Is that good for you?
Yeah.
Let me check one time.
How about you, Pam?
Thursday. Yeah,
That's this Thursday, you said?
Say again.
This Thursday, you said?
Thursday.
yeah, I'm good.
And we will be doing a comprehensive study of housing in the community, as we have been doing in the past, updating that. And kind of going over what we'll try to be doing moving forward via grants and whatever else we might find. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
All right.
And thank you, council, for allowing us to have a great vacation, which we
Hopefully it
did.
was nice and relaxing. All right, thanks, Dan. Ronnie?
The only thing I have is we canceled the Laws and Contracts Committee meeting. I'll schedule that, but I'll send an email out to the committee so we can get back now that everybody's back from vacation. And we'll also schedule a police committee meeting and a finance committee meeting. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks, but we got to get caught up from this summer. So that's all I have at this time. I'll send those emails out tomorrow and get a tentative schedule from everybody.
Let me know what you're talking about, date and time, so I can post it.
Sure will. As soon as I-
Thanks.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Ms. Ann?
Yes, the only thing I have is for the music in the park. The Parks and Playground Committee will be meeting tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock here. And as Ronnie says, we'll need to have a police committee meeting, and the committee will have to get together and decide when they're going to meet. And that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Ms. Ann. Al?
I have none at this time.
Pam?
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
I
That's
did.
okay.
I'm
You
sorry.
do? Okay.
Yeah, oh, about the phone system. Our phone system, like it's never getting answered. I'm getting a lot of calls about phones never getting answered down here. We need to do something to figure out how we can get the phones answered down here and go back to the way we was doing it, or we've got to do something. Because I keep getting calls after calls after calls. It's, no one's answering the phone.
Yeah, there have been numerous complaints, and that, I missed that as well, but there have been numerous complaints in the community that when they try to reach out during the day, that phones go into voicemail and they're not getting calls back for whatever reason.
Maybe
Yeah.
we need to update our list too for the call out, because I'm getting a bunch
Yeah,
of
I've been
complaints about
halfway
that.
through
So
that
maybe
now.
it's because of the 513 thing like we was discussing earlier.
Yeah.
That might be
For
a
the
problem.
call
Might need to
command,
update
yeah.
our list and try
Because
to
when
get
they
everybody.
changed that, it knocked a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had people call me tonight not knowing the water.
Yeah.
When they got home from work, I was like, a call command went out at 3:24, it's probably my phone,
Yeah.
and they said they were on the list. So I told
Well,
them
you know,
to,
if you could do me a favor, get those specific names and numbers so that way I can,
Update it
Okay.
a little later.
yeah.
yeah, I told them to reach out to call you.
Or, yeah, either or.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because I know.
I think the bigger issue is that we have to address why the phones aren't being answered during business hours.
Right.
So that's something that we need to figure out why.
I get the same complaint.
Yeah,
Right.
I just want to know why. I mean,
And if someone's off work, are we not having somebody fill in? I mean, like if our
I
clerk
mean,
is
from my
off,
observations, I haven't seen anybody, and we're not paying a substitute, so.
well, the ordinance was supposed to be for the water board clerk to do that,
Right.
which is in effect unless we change that.
Yeah, it's something we have to address. I mean, first, we're gonna have to, I mean, the times that I'm getting complaints, there is somebody working, so I think we need to address that first. Find out why they're not being answered, and if they are being answered, why they're not getting responses, and if you're not answering the phone, why aren't you checking the voicemails and at least making an attempt to call folks back?
Agreed.
I don't know what that's all about either. I'm getting the same numerous complaints.
They're not, that's
On
all I
my
have.
behalf, just understand, I'm not over here every day, but when I am here, I do answer and I try to call
I'm not,
back.
yeah, I'm not,
I know, I just want
Yeah,
you to know I'm not always in the office.
I wasn't looking at it from I wasn't looking at it as a corporation clerk issue, but we have an administrative clerk to do that. If she's here, I want to make sure the phones are being answered and voicemails are being returned.
Same as water, I'm getting them on the
Right.
water also.
And well, there's been a lot of water issues, and the thing is, if we're gonna, you know, we don't know that the issues are happening, and if we have a clerk, you need to be available to answer the phone. So it's, and if you're not available, that's understandable, but you need to tell somebody you're not available so we can find somebody that is available to answer the phone.
Yeah. And if, because someone told me they even went as far as to call dispatch, is that something we could do? Like, they said they didn't really want to call the police,
At $14 a pop, I'm sure they'll be glad to take the call.
so I don't know that if if it's like after hours when someone's not here, I don't know if that's something they would even do for us, to say, hey, if you get any calls, by the way, our water is down. I don't know how we're gonna get that message out if people don't have the call command.
We had the system set up, I mean, I'm going back a while, but we had the system set up where they would actually answer after hours in the car. And then if they
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
answer, it would go to communications.
Right.
Because
Yeah, I didn't know what the advantage of getting away from the police cruiser car, which made it, there was always a car.
Somebody
The
available
patrol
to answer.
officer always had the police phone in the car.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we got away from it. I thought it was a good.
I mean, I
Or is this-
wasn't here when
Or
I
is this
did
an
away with
issue,
it, but
maybe that
it's done.
the water board should be, a member should be, when this happens, they should be answering that phone? I know if Tony's trying to work and whoever's with him, how they gonna, I know today, I think his number was gave out. I think that was the phone. 'cause I
Yeah, it was
didn't
his
quite
number that was
recognize it.
given out.
And, how would that work if he's trying to get something done and everybody's calling him?
The 911 calls go to dispatch because they keep a record of them. That's why they switched off of the
Yeah.
Cell phones.
cell phone
In-car.
car.
Right, I
That
understand
that
that.
makes sense, yeah.
But-
I do
It
understand.
was a liability issue, the
Right.
reason they told us we had to.
Yeah.
What Councilman Pugh said, dispatch would answer them, but at $14 a call.
Right. They're doing it, some people are still doing it.
We
They told
probably
me.
had, they had a water main broke, which was 2 Fridays ago, I believe. Probably 6 calls to dispatch.
I mean, it adds up.
Yeah, and today, the same thing happened, it was after 4 o'clock, and that's when I started getting them.
It would just be cheaper just to have a cell phone in the car for non-emergencies. But if it's a water board issue, maybe that, you know, if you're fielding calls, I mean, that's gonna be something that we have to take up with the Board of Public Affairs, because if their employees answering this phone after hours and not getting paid for it, it's something that we're gonna have to bring to their attention and see what they, in conjunction with them, what they would like to do about it. I think we should take to the board.
Yeah, Brian had a phone that he
Yeah,
answered
Tony has a phone and it is 24/7
24/7.
that he has. He actually has Brian's, the latest phone that Brian had.
Okay.
What number is that, by the way?
It's, I
I
don't have my phone down here. I know it's a 252, I want to say 8059. I want to say, but I'm not sure, because it's very close to my personal cell phone number. The last 4 digits.
I think I'm gonna,
252-8059.
okay.
What is it?
Yeah.
252-8059.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, because mine is 5208079. I knew it was very close, the last 4
That way I can
digits.
say, look, you can call Tony.
So just to we are recording, just to repeat that, it's Waterworks after hours phone, 513-252-8059, 513-252-8059. I'll get with the Board of Public Affairs, I'll call Jason tomorrow and let him know that phone, if Tony's available and actively working on something,
Right.
try to pick up the phone the best he can. And I know that they have been doing their best. I mean, I'm not expecting them
Yeah.
to answer the phone if they're sideways in a manhole.
Right. That's, yeah. But people, you know, they want to know, they don't come home from work and they don't have the call command or it's not working, and they don't even know what's going on.
Well, I agree. I think, like the mayor said, a lot of the numbers when that was first set up, we didn't have to worry about the 513, only out-of-state calls. And since then, now everybody has to dial that 513. There might be.
And the list is really
Yeah.
big, I've gotten through part of it.
Yeah.
Add
Yeah.
513.
That's something
where
we
I
do
see
on
I'm
help. I mean,
missing,
I
but
can
I need to
help
go
you.
back through it again.
Yeah.
Navigate.
I
Like
know
I
that-
said, if somebody says they're not getting in there on it, get their name and number.
Well, I've got
Have them
some
call
for
in
you.
something.
Okay.
I've given some to Lisa because Dr. Wellman, he came in last week when it was down and gave me 3 numbers. And then the VFW, they called me and said they wanted to be added because sometimes during the day they have things going on during the day. It's not always night.
Mine's not Monday, you ask.
Okay, so we'll get it figured out.
All right.
Would you add my cell phone to the list?
Add your cell phone to the list.
Call-
Oh,
the call
yours
list.
not on there?
Mine's not on there either, I've asked for it to be added.
I've asked a few times, but, you know, it just didn't get there.
That's bad already. That's bad already.
All right, the only thing I have, not affect me, it's just a reminder by the music in the park this Saturday, 5 to 9. Sounds like we're gonna have a good day. The weather might be a little chilly.
Cool.
Yeah. Have no idea, you know, I know people's talking, but you don't know. I don't know what the response is gonna be, how many people to expect. Who knows? The other thing, back to the haunted house, do we wanna have Halloween candy or not? Or do we just,
I would like to have candy.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Kind of add that into the budget, I guess.
yeah. So,
Usually do what, 300?
yeah, usually, yeah, that should be enough.
I'll make a
I know it went
motion.
up, but that should be enough.
I'll make a motion to approve, just the $350 for candy to pass out at the haunted house.
I'll second it.
Motion by Ronnie Pugh, second by Al Glick. Is there any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. The other thing is to set up a finance meeting, discuss the 2023.
Well, we have to amend the current
Yeah.
appropriations and
Get that started.
start the
so-
biggest thing first.
Yeah. And next Wednesday, Margaret, did you say you were available?
Next Wednesday's probably gonna be better. I'm being slammed by request from the auditor's office for the same thing from everybody.
It's been busy. yeah.
Ron, do you
That's
have
fine
any?
with me, I'm available.
We could do it during the day if you want.
That's fine.
The other person is Jennifer, and I don't think she'll be available, so.
Yeah, we can do that. Just let me know.
What time works for you?
1 o'clock.
Okay,
Something like that.
we'll make it, Margaret, next Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Next when?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday at 1.
Yes,
Not this Wednesday, you're talking
No.
next Wednesday.
yes.
And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
And we have a guest in the audience tonight. We'll go to our guest, Mr. Ault.
That's my birthday, by the way. That meeting that we just set up.
Oh, yeah, what would you like?
Oh, yeah, it's up to you guys. I just wanted to let you know.
All right.
I guess it takes somewhere.
Yeah, I made it.
Presents.
Presents, food, whatever.
Well, thanks for having me. I brought a guest. Terry Riesenberg is our new school treasurer.
Oh.
So if you don't mind, Terry, come up and introduce
Hello.
herself.
Hi, my name is Terry Riesenberg, and I've been with the district since I started transitioning in May. I'm very happy to be out in Three Rivers, and I am enjoying getting out to all the communities. And I hope that you'll get used to us coming out and about and sharing our good stories and working with you, partnering for our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Terry
Very good. Nice to
previously
meet
was at the Princeton City Schools as assistant treasurer, so we're really fortunate to find somebody with this skill set. And she's right, she wants to get engaged, and so she's
Very good.
we've been like partners, right?
It is, yes. It's a great partnership.
Great. So,
Got a lot of great things going on in our
yeah, if you
district.
have any questions at all about the financial picture or just questions in general, she'll be happy to respond.
Yep.
Yep.
I have a finance committee meeting every first Wednesday of every month. All are welcome if you'd like to come and join us. It's at CT Young, 6 o'clock.
Great, thank you.
And we do have one representative, Ronnie.
Yes.
Who's joining us. And we're open to anybody
Yes.
who'd like to join. It's a finance and buildings committee right now. And then eventually it'll probably split as we get into more details, because they're unique. They're similar, but they're unique, so we'll split at some point. Since the last time I was here, school started August 17th. It's hard to believe that we're ending the first grading period already. October 13th is the actual last day of the first quarter. We've had homecoming already, September 9th. We welcomed the class of 72 back after 50 years. And I felt young when I met them, and then we had the class of 88, 89, and 90, and then I felt old. I saw spring at the event, so it was a great night. Our enrollment's up about 35 students. We're about 2152 total, K-12, about 35 more students. We just did a study, I think I'm going to call Future Think. And so they're going to give the board a kind of a 10-year projection of what enrollment will look like. From what I've seen so far, and I haven't had a chance to really dive into it, it looks like we have some gradual Three Rivers student increase over the next 10 years. Nothing dramatic, but each year it looks like it goes up 15 to 25 students. So we're going to have to think about that as we think about the future. We have 150 students in our senior class. We have 88 students at the Oaks this year, junior seniors, attending the Oaks programs at Diamond. So 784 students at the elementary, 660 at the middle school. The middle school now is grades 5 through 8. Elementary is pre-K to 4, and then the high school has 611 students. So we are at full capacity for that, what I consider a new facility. Some really good things happening already in the first quarter. Our boys soccer team, I think it's fair to say, has exceeded expectations. We were expecting good things out of them. I think they're like 10-2-1 right now, but they were recently named the FC Cincinnati Team of the Year.
Wow.
So we're proud of them. We have a young lady named Cameron Mason. Her artwork was selected from our region, from all the high schools in Southwest Ohio, to hang in the Rift Center at the Capitol building in Columbus. She received a nice little check and a certificate and a ceremony, and we think it's the first time we've had a Taylor High School student be selected for that award. So we're real proud of that. And again, student success is measured in a lot of different ways. The PTO, our PTO is offering a little precursor to your haunted house on October 9th, this Sunday, and it's open to the community. So come on over to our campus at 3 o'clock, and we'll have, it's trunk or treat. So you park your car, there will be people there passing out candy to kids, getting them all warmed up for Halloween. It's a really nice event. Last year we had over 1,000 students show up and families. So
Wow.
that is on the 9th at 3 o'clock. Our Acclaim Foundation, which supports our fine arts programs, hosting a craft fair on campus August 22nd from 9 to 2. On November 5th, the Cleves Three Rivers Kiwanis has the second annual Pumpkin Chuck. And I don't know if I talked about this last year,
Oh,
but
wow.
our,
Do we have the cannons and things?
yeah, well, they have a trebuchet, right? And I didn't know what a trebuchet was until last year, but our calculus class actually designed it. And so it's like a catapult.
Oh, there
And
we
so you
go.
bring your pumpkins from Halloween, your old pumpkins that you would normally just throw out. And we empty the parking lot in the elementary, and this thing is huge. And it takes like 4 people to pull it back, and then we let it go. And it'll fling those pumpkins about 50, 60, 70 yards.
Wow.
And
That sounds
then
like
they
a lot of
smash.
fun.
So, and then everybody claps. It's really cool. So if you want, and it's for all ages, right? So some of the best pumpkin chucks came from the adults. And this year they've been promising they'll have targets out in the parking lot. So I don't know what that means. There could be a principal out there.
Or superintendent.
Trying to fair catch it or something, I don't know. They splatter all over. So then we have to shovel it up, put it in bags, and then the fire department is gracious enough to come and they hose it all down so that our staff doesn't slide on the pumpkin seeds, right, on Monday morning. So it's a really great event, second annual, it's free, open to the public.
What date was that again? I'm sorry.
That is, that'll be on November 5th in the morning. I think last year they started at 9 a.m., not quite sure yet. But I'll get you the date if you want, I'll send it to the mayor.
Okay.
And then lastly, and I really do appreciate your time because I know you're busy, part of our mission vision is student success. We talk about step up, student success, talented teachers, efficient operations, and positive culture. We received our Ohio Department of Education report card. So student success is measured in a lot of different ways, through the arts, right, through athletics, but also through academics. And this particular report card focuses on how our kids are performing on the state tests. And so we're happy to announce last year, during COVID still, right, we were still working around masks and quarantines and staffing issues. Our report card reflected achievement that put our school district in the top 10% among public schools in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
So they give you 5 stars in 5 different categories, so you could accumulate a maximum of 25 stars, and we had 22 out of 25. So they
Nice.
measured us in the number of kids passing tests, at the achievement. We had 4 stars there. Progress, which means taking a student where they're at the beginning of the year, teaching them, hoping they're learning, reinforcing their learning, and then testing again, so progress or growth. And we get 5 stars there. We get 5 stars in our graduation rate, and then 3 stars in early literacy. So when you added up, it was 22. There are only 54 other districts out of 610 ahead of us. Really proud of that. And then my comment to the staff is that's good, but it's kind of like the Bengals, right? Do it again. So that's where we're focused on. Let's make it happen again. There's still room for improvement. But I'm really proud of our students and our parents and our staff for that accomplishment. Any questions for us?
I have a question about your art student.
Yes.
What was it a painting, a drawing? I mean, what?
It was. I believe it was a painting. And
Okay,
I can show it to you. It's on our website.
Well, I'll look for it. The
Yeah.
Veterans of Foreign Wars Ladies Auxiliary sponsors an art contest for students, and there's scholarship money.
Wow.
Big scholarship money from the national organization.
Yes.
I will email someone and get you the information, because it would go from like the local level here to the state level. She would have to qualify, and then if she qualifies, it would be sent to national for a judging at national. And when they have the national convention in August. But I really would like to get the information to you. There are some rules and stuff like that has to be followed, but it's very promising for art students.
Yes, that's exciting.
We'd love to have that information.
Mhm.
We have some really, really talented kids in the arts. And this won't be the first award that they receive, so I'm interested in that competition. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
We're good?
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's actually my second visit here. I was out for Back to School Fest and had a huge turnout here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really glad.
Yes.
that we were able to
Great
have
event.
it here at Addyston.
Yeah.
Over
Wow.
at VFW. That was a
Yeah.
good turnout too.
It was very
I'm
good.
glad you mentioned that.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and go to our chief.
Evening, council. I have nothing new to report from the last council meeting, other than the emails I sent in the last week or so. Still the same challenges we're facing. It's a little better than it was in September, but grand scheme of things, not drastically better. So that's where we're at.
No new candidates?
I have plenty of candidates for the full-time spot. Just waiting to hear back if that's a go or not. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Eric. And we have an audience, yes.
So everybody here probably knows who I am. I live at 378 Three Rivers Parkway, Addison. I've lived there all my life. I just have a question for the council. I've been putting up with the same house for 3 years. Drug trafficking, overdoses, and everything, and I want to know if each one of you would love to live next door to that every day of your life. Every day, something's going on over there. It looks like a junkyard in the front, and in the driveway, on the porch. There's people out there all hours of the night, and I know that because my dog hears them. One morning, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. There's a bright light. I thought, hell, am I dying? I see a bright light. No, it was one of the guys over there who was high with a flashlight working on a fence. When he seen me, he was like, I'm sorry. As I backed out of my driveway, I watched him watching my house as I was leaving. We have people overdosing. What type of probable cause do you guys need to go into these houses and start taking care of this problem that we're having? I mean, we had 2 overdoses in 1 week. 2 overdoses in 1 week. There's needles on the ground. We have to pick them up so my grandkids don't step on them. I'm to the point now that we pay property taxes. My husband has his business. We pay business taxes to this village, and we pay local income taxes. We are fed up. I'm not only talking for myself, I'm talking about other working citizens in this village. We are fed up with the fact that these people can get away with as much as they do. The other thing is, again, we pay property taxes, business taxes, and income taxes. My husband has to go out to the sidewalk, which is owned by the village of Addyston, and clean the sidewalks from all the overgrown weeds and all the garbage that's thrown. Not only in front of our house, he does it in front of our neighbor's house, Tammy Runk's, just because he doesn't want her out there doing it. That's when we find our needles. So my question is, how would you guys like to live next to that every day?
I wouldn't.
So what is the answer to this? Because I'm tired.
Kathy, the last time you were here, you talked to the chief. What was the resolution there? Did you get anywhere?
It's still
with
going
that?
on all the time. Actually, even one of your council people here, and I'm not gonna say who it is, her son's over there dealing. I see him every day. I got pictures. I mean, it's starting to get to the point now, I am so frustrated. I have to knock on doors to get them to move their cars from in front of my driveway so I can go to work in the morning.
Don't we have a nuisance ordinance?
We have a noise ordinance and a nuisance
I
ordinance.
mean, I don't know why we can't enforce
Well,
them.
and the code enforcer, I wish he was here tonight, but
But he
unfortunately.
did go down there, I know that. But
Yeah.
then my question is, I've had people tell me they see these people walking up and down the highway looking like zombies. How much more probable cause do you need that they're dealing drugs down there? It's not fair to us. I have to worry every day that I go to work and my husband goes to work that somebody's gonna break into my house and steal what I worked for hard. We work very hard for what we have. My husband works 7 days a week, 12-hour days. And we have to worry every day that our property is going to be broken into or damaged. I've had packages stolen off my porch. I've had just all kinds of stuff. In the house at 362, isn't there an ordinance about garbage sitting out after garbage day? She has
Yes.
garbage all the way piled down the highway. Her car is sitting in front of her house with 2 flat tires, wrecked. Nothing's being done about it. We have a guy who drives his motorcycle up and down the sidewalk every day. Now I want to know which council person would like them to live next to them. Because I know Danny wouldn't, I know you wouldn't, I know the mayor wouldn't, I know Mrs. Pillow wouldn't, Al wouldn't, and Pam wouldn't. When I grew up down on that end of the street, we never had that problem. Everybody cared. The landlords need to start being held accountable for what's going on down there.
And we need some enforcement. I mean,
I
strict
mean,
enforcement.
the 2 times that we have overdoses over there, they had to Narcan these people. So that's not probable cause to check for drugs. I mean, they're Narcanning them. And I'm telling you, I'm a nurse. If I see one of them on the street, I probably would just walk past them because I don't know, they're sharing needles, you know?
Right.
I'm not gonna risk my life for them. But I'd be damned if I'm gonna let my grandkids have to worry about stepping on a needle that somebody has had in their veins.
There's 2 problem houses on that shift, on that street, I mean, not shift.
Yeah,
on that street.
362 Three Rivers Parkway and 376 Three Rivers Parkway. There's so much traffic coming in and out of that house every day.
Yeah, and someone mentioned to me, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that they think there's homeless, some of these drug addicts are across the highway down by our,
The river.
by our
Yeah.
dump, by where we dump
Shooting up
that.
down there.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I said I was gonna bring it
is,
up.
yeah.
But back to the basic problem that Kathy has.
Yeah.
There has to be a resolution. Maybe Bob can, Solicitor can give us some real strong direction with the chief and the mayor to come to a conclusion. If there was something I could do, Kathy, I would do. I think anybody around this table would. But it has to come from legal standpoints of what we can do. And once we have those legal options available, then we need to do that, and we need to do it expeditiously. You know, we have the chief, we have our solicitor who can help us.
I was trying to finish saying just a minute ago, with our new code enforcer, he has been tackling that house next to her as well.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
for the
believe they're,
garbage. That's not the
Yeah,
drugs.
but it's like, we're trying to get them all the way around, but he's trying to just get at them as much as possible too, so they've hit a dead end, and he's been pulling a lot of people into court. So they're getting ready to get court summons done, at least that, I mean, at least we're hitting,
I mean, last night I had
That
somebody
as
parked in
well.
front of my driveway, or the night before, I had to have a move because I had to work the next morning. So I called the police, and you said they would be ticketed. Well, the cop that came down said, that's not how he polices. Exactly what he told me, that's not how I police. I'll have them move it and give them a warning. They've had warnings, multiple warnings. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I have to be there at 7. I don't have time to go next door banging on somebody's door to see whose car that is so they can move it so I can get to work on time. They don't work, so they don't care.
Yeah, code enforcement will help on that.
on
That's
that,
part,
yeah, that's a
But,
part of it.
the other.
But they said there's no ordinance how close they can park to your driveway. So, I mean, they can be right on top of my driveway, and you know how dangerous it is to back out onto
Yep.
US 50?
Yeah.
Because I can't swing my car into the, park, to the, where they park at, because they're right on top of my driveway every day.
So,
Chief, I'm not asking you to go into any details on ongoing investigations, but can you tell me that we have eyes on that property, and, I mean, what is your,
I've
What's
probably
your take?
cited myself 20 or 25 people in the mayor's court here. They show up, they don't pay, they get a warrant, and it's just the same cycle every day.
so it's just a revolving door?
Yes.
Wouldn't that go in a nuisance ordinance?
We don't have something like that set up.
Well, they need it.
Well, they need it for the landowner and homeowners.
The issue has been passed on to the drug task force. I can't tell you how many times.
I mean, the one day
At
that
least
they
3
overdosed, it was
darts been on
Hamilton
it.
County, because we had no police officers on that day. It was Hamilton County Sheriffs that came down. My stepdad walked outside and asked him, aren't you tired of coming to the same house almost every day for the same thing? Yeah, we are. We know what's going on.
Kathy mentioned another thing that might be of value. At Addie Square, it was a mess. They tore the building up. There were drug problems. And we instituted at that time a 3 strikes and you're out policy with the landlord. We told the landlord, okay, if we're down here 3 times for the same problem, there are going to be ramifications from our court system. So they instituted the 3 strikes and out policy, the landlords did.
Haven't really had any issues from them since then either.
Not
That, back then, they were throwing garbage out of the windows.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
you should see the house at 362, the garbage is all the way down the sidewalk.
Yeah, and it's a rental property?
Yeah, it's from
Yeah, I think.
So maybe that's the best option, cite the landlord into court. Cite the landlord into court, we'll take it up with the landlord.
362, they're in the process of being evicted, and apparently they have to quit paying their upkeep bill, so there's just garbage sitting out there. It's not picking up.
And it's a lot of garbage.
It's a lot.
Are they both rental properties?
362
Yeah, both
is-
of them are rental
The
properties.
problem with
362 and
376,
376.
76.
the issue at 376 is the landlord is related to everybody that lives there.
The
So,
landlord is the mother of the guy who's dealing drugs down there.
so
Well, I
And
mean,
she's
if
not
you-
gonna put him out, because then where is he gonna go? Her house?
Cite her.
They will
You gotta do
cite her into
something.
court.
I mean,
That's something a
someone's
code
gotta-
enforcement officer can do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm to the
He's
point
been
now
tackling
that I couldn't even sell my
And then-
house if I wanted to, with the riffraff that's next door to me.
I mean, I think that would be the best option, have Ed cite them into court, and then the prosecutor can take care of it.
I mean, it's, Bob can attest, it's every week we have 2 or 3 people with warrants from that address that we can't send them to jail. We keep putting warrants on them, and it's just,
It's a
there's no
revolving door.
ramifications.
Well, you start with the landowner and then
I mean, is that your recommendation, Bob? Cite the landlord into court?
we may be able to cite the landlord into court under the property maintenance code.
Yeah,
That's what we should do.
so that's coming. He's like already
Yeah.
hit the dead end on that one.
What about the ordinance they passed for the unruly house up there on Second Street? When Don was acting chief, he come to council.
Oh, the
That news, because we do have. it.
disorderly house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a disorderly house
and the code
ordinance.
enforcer should be able to utilize that,
Well, the police can utilize that one.
both of them. They can
I'll
attach the
copy
2
it if we have
angles.
one.
Yeah, I
So
gave
then my other
it
question
to you.
is-
I gave that to you a few months ago, because remember there was one line in it and you questioned me and I said, I have to give you, and I gave you a new one, but I'll give it to you
That
tomorrow.
was the,
I'll give it to you tomorrow.
okay, thank you.
So my other question is, they have SUV that's been sitting there for 3.5 years. It's not registered, it's unregistered, it's sitting out and, I mean, you can see it. It's covered up, but it doesn't have any valid registration. They've been working on it for 3.5 years.
Is it on private property?
Yeah, it is. But I thought they had to have valid registration on their vehicles.
They should.
And when you say
It can still be-
SUV, are you talking about like the four-wheeler ATVs?
Yeah, like a four-wheel ATV. I mean, it's frustrating, because I grew up in this town. This town used to be a very nice town to live in, you know? I mean, and I don't even know what to say anymore. If I could sell my house, I would, but nobody's gonna live next door to that. Nobody. Nobody's gonna give me what my house is worth, living next door to that. And then the other thing about the maintenance on the sidewalks, I wonder why my husband has to clean it. The overgrown weeds, the dirt, the garbage that's thrown off the highway onto the sidewalk. My husband's doing that every week. Why is that?
That's something that needs to be addressed with the street commissioner. He's not here tonight.
Yeah, he was
We'll
down
ask.
in a hole, wet and muddy one hole.
Yeah,
I will ask.
okay, because my husband does it
I
every
do
week.
my own sidewalks too. I've always done my own sidewalks too.
With the taxes we pay, we shouldn't have to do our own sidewalks. That's what I'm
I've been doing
saying.
it for years and years.
Well, that's fine, but my husband works 7 12-hour days as a construction worker in the heat, and then he has to come home and take care of the village's property.
A lot
We
of
make sure our
communities
yards,
do.
we make sure our yards are cut, the back lot that we own, we make sure that there's no weeds overgrowing that. He even was not, he was even on the sidewalk on the other side the other day, weed eating on Second Hand. So if any of you want to come down and spend a night at my house, you're more than welcome to come and live, stay in the night next to him if you want. I'm open invitation.
Don't be surprised if you see me rolling down through there late at night. I'll come down and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just to the point now that I'm
I have no
frustrated
issues with
now.
that.
I'm mad.
I
I'm mad.
totally understand the frustration.
As well you should be.
Yep.
Like, we need policemen on third shift, and you got Hamilton County doing it every so often because we don't have enough cops in the village. Who's protecting the village? If you have Hamilton County coming from Cleves, who's protecting the people, the law-abiding citizens in this town? That's what I wanna know. We don't have anybody. The chief can only do so much. I mean, he can't work 24 hours. And I call him a lot. I mean, I talk to him a lot about what's going on down there. And he, you know, his hands are tied too. So, I mean, if you guys could think of something to help, I would really appreciate it. Because we're fed up. I'm fed up, my stepdad's fed up, our neighbor on the corner's fed up. We're all fed up with all of it.
We're going to schedule a police committee meeting. That's what we talked about. We'll definitely add that to the agenda. The chief is at our police committee meetings. We'll make sure that whatever resolution we come up with, I'll make sure that.
Okay, and then one last thing, the water. I don't understand why it takes 4 or 5 days for our water to clear up once you guys flush the lines or we have a water main break. The water looks like pure mud coming out. The lines in my refrigerator to my ice and to the water are black. So I have to replace those now. Why does it take so long for our water to clear up? I can run the water for 24 hours and it won't clear up. That water is not safe. It's black, it's got mud in it.
I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's not a
That's
question we
suited
can
to
answer.
the water board. Have you talked to them?
It's been going on for years, Danny. I
Have
mean,
you
for
talked to
years.
them, Kathy?
I talked to her upstairs and she said, well, just run your water. We have meters now. So I'm supposed to run my water for 48 hours?
Didn't you say EPA is supposed to be looking at that tomorrow?
Yeah, one of them came in today, but that's on another ice.
I mean, I have to go to my cousin's house to take showers when they flush the lines or there's a water main break because the water's so dirty. I have to go to Cleves to take a shower for work. And it's not isolated incidents, it's everybody that's complaining about the water.
Well, yeah, as far as the sediment, I never said that was isolated. That's everybody. I get dirty water.
I know, but we shouldn't, we pay for water, we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. I agree with you on that.
But no, never did I say that's an isolated incident. I just want to make that clear. That is not isolated,
just feel
everybody
like-
deals with that.
That our problems are being unheard. Nobody wants to take responsibility for something. I have a 77-year-old stepdad that lives next door. He worries every day that they're gonna break into his house. He's on medication, he's on pain medicine, he's afraid that they'll break into his house. He's 77, there's no way we can fight off those guys down there. So God forbid anything ever happens to him. Because, I mean, everybody knows what's going on down there. And I've talked to the landlord, she won't even call me back anymore. Because I know the landlord, I grew up with her.
Maybe you should get summons to court. She might
It's
do
her
something.
son. She even told my husband, I'm gonna sell this house. He said, what's your bottom dollar? I'll buy it right now. She said, well, where's he gonna go? Not here, because if I buy it, he's gone. Because that's what we did with the property next door to us. We bought it because there was drug addicts there, and we evicted them.
Yeah, result, nothing here.
So,
No.
that's all I have.
Thank you.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
Kathy.
Dad.
Does anybody have anything else?
Mayor, if there's nothing else to be brought before council, I'll make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by
Let's go-
Ronnie.
Yeah, it's discussion. That's all right. Just go ahead, but I'll have the discussion. Period.
Oh, did you
Has it
have
been
something
seconded?
else?
Yeah, Al second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Yes.
You got something else?
No, the discussion is that what are our next steps?
Well, I think with the unruly property ordinance that Bob was talking about, maybe we can discuss that with the chief and we'll go that route, cite them into court.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Cite the landlord into court, not the tenants, because I mean, I think we'll get
Yeah.
more action out of that because
Because
We
their
gotta start at
first
the base.
sighting's
they're
gonna be
losing, if they
soon.
start losing their revenue, I mean, hit them where it hurts.
I forget what day he said, but they've already missed it and they're already getting a summons. So their first time in is gonna be coming up.
Okay.
Well, then we should take action to at least clean that property up and bill it to them if they, do we have to wait till they get to court? They've already
It's a
missed court?
disorderly house, that's a criminal ordinance.
Yeah.
You don't have to get the housing inspector to do that.
So,
If there are issues with it,
362.
I'll pull out the disorderly house.
And as far
ordinance.
as, what do you mean by if we can go ahead and clean it up?
as far as the one next door to her would be where all the garbage, I see the picture up there, she just sent it to me tonight.
That's 362.
Yeah, the mattresses,
Oh, a
tables.
different one than that brown one than you're talking about. It's
I don't know what color it is, but it's two-story, two-family.
Okay,
Down that way.
I was just trying.
It's right
trying to
next
figure out
door
where
to
it's
her.
at.
Next door to where you used to live, right?
No, this is down
It's
by,
on down.
there's two of them, but both of them were both disorderly, honestly.
I know how Cleveland does it. They'll go to the landlord and the landlord has to get it removed within 1 week. Because I
So,
had some tenants in the
It looks
house
like we're already in
leave.
the process of doing it. So from the code enforcement side of it, they've already been cited, they missed it. So then we can take action on that.
Right.
So I don't think, what it's two separate issues. And then the criminal side of it, Bob's gonna pull the ordinances and send them to the chief, and then we can take it from there. If it doesn't get resolved, then
Because if you go to a couple
I
of
have the
different
ordinance
angles.
upstairs that council
Yeah.
adopted months before the new council was seated.
Yeah, but if there's
And I know
garbage
that
out there and
Donnie
it's
had it.
not being cleaned up at the one house, I don't know if
it
they've already
sounds like they've already been
decided.
cited for
They
it.
didn't show up, then I don't know why the village can't go and have it
'Cause he's
moved and put it
been-
on the taxes.
He's been dishing out a lot of tickets, hasn't he, Bob?
Yes.
I mean, that,
He's been really active with it, so he may have already dished them out a citing or a warning. And they're on the hit list, I guess.
But Pam's point is,
Yeah.
Trying to
Can
get
we
it cleaned
do
up
it?
and then
let's just do it and charge
charge
them for
them
it.
later. Yeah.
As long as we don't have to go onto private property though.
It would be
It's
on
on-
the property, it's sitting right there on the street where.
Oh, it's still on the front then.
Once
Yeah.
you set garbage out, it's fair game. I could take
Okay.
it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's right there on the,
If it's, yeah. Like
Up
I
there.
didn't, I was thinking, I don't feel comfortable with going on to somebody's porch.
Yeah.
yeah, well, that's part of it. It's all down there on the actual main highway, I mean, right there next to the
Okay.
sidewalk. Where it's easily accessed, a lot of it. I'm sure there's plenty more in the yard that we're not seeing, but that's immediate, that's right
Yeah.
there.
I
I'm
mean,
not,
you can pick all that up, no matter what.
2 mattresses, look like a table, garbage bags, I mean, where garbage looks like Rumpke's not picking up.
Apparently he canceled his service at 362, so
And that's a
Be a
citable
good
offense.
time for
anyway.
Dustin to go dump them 10 tires
the
too.
garbage.
Right, Bob?
Get
That's
around.
a citable offense not to have garbage removal, since we have that, we have that in our ordinance.
I think it's
He can be cited for that.
9 the next day or 9 that night. It has to be off.
well, the
But
garbage cans do, yeah.
we do have an ordinance that says that if you don't have,
Garbage removal service, yeah.
then you can be cited.
Okay.
So that is, there is an ordinance that
Yes,
says
there
that.
is
That's in
an
our,
ordinance
that's on our
too.
Rumpke
Yes,
contract
yes.
as well, so.
Well, that would be
That's-
something a
Right.
code enforcer can deal with too, because
Right,
that's their
exactly.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you send them a letter and tell them they got by the end of the weekend.
like if he
they'll-
finds out that the property has no garbage removal service, yes, he can.
I have, I guess while we're in the discussion phase, I do have one thing. The truck, we asked for those tires to be removed, and they still weren't taken to Rumpke. What's the status on that?
Yeah, because we've been really busy this week. He is working on it, and actually, we got a hold of Emily again, because we wanted a location to take it to. And then we need to move it from the one truck to the big dump truck, but this past week has just been,
Coleraine, you can only take 10 tires, and it's $4 a tire, $7 if it's got a rim on it. Because I just talked to him today, and it's up on Coleraine Avenue.
up there, okay. Just trying to do it without
But you
having
can
to
only
pay
take
for
10
it
at
to
a
be
time.
Really,
dispensed.
You can
especially
only,
if,
you can only take 10 at a time, so that's all they let you.
Oh,
They won't let you take a whole truckload. 10
Wow.
tires at a time. So if he
Okay.
takes that junk down there and throw 10 tires on there,
yeah, we were hoping they'd let us just take it on up there,
no.
because he did email them and contact, and we're just waiting to hear back.
Yeah, I talked to
That,
him
and they've
today.
been really busy with breaks and every other crazy.
Chief, I have
thing
a
going
question
on.
about that Equinox. What's the status on that?
Something that we're still, it's on my list to do. There's just been a lot of more pressing things that I've been dealing with.
Okay. But it is on your radar?
It absolutely is.
Mayor, that's Keep Cincinnati Beautiful. They said we could collect them.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
They were supposed to bring us a whole container
Right,
and did not,
Right.
so.
yeah. So
And then they
reach
said
out
they
to
would
them.
schedule Rumpke to come pick it up, and we kept pester and pester and pester, and then, oh, well, we're busy, we're understaffed, and I'm like, okay, can we take them somewhere? No response, and then, well, we're hitting them again, so we'll find a place to do something with them.
Yeah, they should ultimately, because that's quite an expense that they allow us
$4 a pop.
to take. Yeah, so
Yes.
somehow they're gonna have to pay for this.
Because that was part of the Great American Cleanup.
Exactly.
So that's kind of why I'm pushing them for it, because even if we had to pay,
Right, get reimbursement maybe.
Get reimbursed for it.
they should, because we
Yeah.
were promised that.
That's exactly right. That's all my discussion, thank you.
Okay, we had a
We still got
motion on the
a,
floor.
Yeah, we still just call for the vote.
Okay,
Anybody else got anything else?
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Ron Pugh,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Al Glick,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
yeah.
Okay.